This is a piecewise defined function, and one of the things you guys are going to be able to, or you're going to be asked to do, is to graph these. And what that is, in this case, you're doing basically two different graphs. You're going to graph y equals 1/3 x plus 2, but you're only going to use that graph for x values that are less than 3. And you're also going to graph a second line of negative 2x plus 1, and you're going to use that if the x value is greater than or equal to 3. So it's going to be two different graphs on the same grid, and I'll show you what it'll look like here. Let's get rid of this to look at. Okay, so we've got a piece of graph paper. I encourage you, if you don't have graph paper, get some. It'll make this a lot easier for you, a lot cleaner. All right, so the first one, 1/3 x plus 2. We know that that means the y-intercept is 2, and the slope is up 1 over 3. So up 1 over 3, up 1 over 3, down 1 left 3, etc., etc., etc. This is the line, so we can draw that line in. Okay. However, we're only going to use this line for the x values. And remember, this is our x-axis. We're only going to use that for the x values that are less than 3. Well, here's 3. That's 3. So basically, I got to take this line and I got to move it. Okay. Now, I'm going to put an open circle at the end there, and that's because it does not include 3. It's only if it's less than 3. Okay? For the left side of the graph, we're going to put an arrow. That goes on forever that way. Okay, the other line we're going to draw is negative 2x plus 1. That has a y-intercept of 1, and the slope that goes up to left 1, or we can think of it as down to right 1. That goes on and on and on and on. So that line, we draw it, does something like this. However, we're not going to use that whole line. We're only going to use this for x values that are greater than or equal to 3. So basically, that means I am going to, let's get this centered for you here. I'm going to move this. There. The line will go on forever down here, but this time that's going to be a colored in dot. Okay, so your paper will look something like that. That's the graph of a piecewise function defined in two different pieces. This particular one is 2 lines. These could be lines, they could be parabolas, they can be absolute values, they can be any kind of graph that we are exposed to. But you're going to want to graph these, and my advice, go pick up some graph paper. It'll make this a lot easier on you. So this is for the problems that are piecewise graphs. Use this as a tool, and let me know tomorrow when we come in here what we need to look over.